Hey everybody, it's me, it's your favorite hot dog filled with THC. And well, I'm drinking at Moe's.
All right, everybody, taking time out before we get this show started. I want to thank Reaper Apparel for having Drinkin Mo's be a brand ambassador for their clothing line. They got good stuff. They got t-shirts, they got hoodies, they got beanies, they got lots of great stuff, encouraging everybody to break out of their comfort zone, live their best self, and hey, it's something I try to live every day. Now, be sure when you go and you're filling out your order, use the code Drinkin at Moe's, get 10% off, and the link and the code will both be in the description. Let's fucking go. All right, everybody, Drinkin at Moe's here. Big Mo. You know the drill by now. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good shit, because YouTube's algorithm is a pain in the ass. Has been since the beginning, and damn, I'm getting over 230 episodes now. Leave a review on the audio platforms too. Don't forget about that, because it helps those algorithms. That saying algorithms a couple times fast can be a bit of a tongue twister. Anyways, today I'm excited to have with me. You've probably seen them around just about everywhere. Dewey the Hotdog, how you doing?
I'm not too bad. Another day in our beautiful world, as I
No.
like to say.
Oh, yeah. I know the thing I wanted to start off with, because first I got this image in my head, but I'll get to my first question and then we'll get into that. What got you started as a fan?
What got me started as a fan? It was around, so I'll already drop the ball on this. I'm 22. I'm a baby still. My 18th birthday. If we're going to talk about me getting into indie, are we talking about in general wrestling or indie wrestling?
I mean, you could do either one. I'm good.
We'll stick with in general. When I was a young little lad, even younger than 18, we're gonna say it's 6, 7. I would turn the TV on, and there's people getting hit with chairs and trash cans, and people getting put through tables, and hardcore violent. And I'll just say the name now: Young Brock Lesnar. Young Brock Lesnar got me into wrestling. Just him killing people.
Coincidentally, him and I end up sharing not the same year, but we share the same birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, no, I know for me, I'm a little bit older. I'm 40, but yeah, growing up and seeing some of the hardcore stuff wasn't as prevalent on TV back then when I was really young. But I remember seeing some of those larger than life people coming out there, and then seeing them slamming people around was something else. I've been lucky.
Giants.
Oh God. I remember luckily enough getting to meet this last July one of the people that was in my first ever WWE show I ever went to. Rikishi, I met him, but he was a part of the Head Shrinkers. Head Shrinker Fatu.
Okay.
And I actually, one of my signed figures back here, the whole top shelf.
I do love the collection.
Is all signed, minus one that I'm getting signed this coming Saturday. But Head Shrinker Fatu, I got him to sign that one. Got to tell him that story.
Hell yeah!
I can totally relate on seeing those larger than life people slamming people around, and then hell, like me, a little bit older than you were at the time, but seeing people bringing in like trash cans and tables and stuff, and now it's evolved into panes of glass and doors and
barbed wire and staple guns. It's crazy, and I love it.
Oh yeah. Now, the other start I wanted to ask you about is the whole hot dog thing. When did that start?
So I went to GCW homecoming. I usually botch my years. I'm gonna say it was 21. Yeah, it was definitely 21. So just months prior to that, I bought a random hot dog costume just for the shits and giggles, just to be like, it's funny to have this on me in my car at all times. And one day, pull up to the venue, park, open, grab my bag. I look at the hot dog costume, literally the same one I still have to this day. It's just a little bit patched up, updated. She got to clean up. Looked at it, put it on, walked in, and here we are. The rest we know it today. It was kind of just one of those in the moment decisions, random, just in the moment decisions.
I can kind of relate because, I got started watching independent wrestling when I was in the Navy in San Diego. And just happened to meet a guy that used to run a promotion here in Omaha. He's since passed away. But I got to tell his parents at the visitation this story, that chance meeting him there led to me thinking, man, when I get back home, I'm going to look them up. And then, boom, one of the guys I met through him ended up introducing me to my wife and became the best man at my wedding. And now this podcast.
And here we are.
Yeah. And the thing, it sticks into my mind with the whole hot dog costume. And I'm sure you probably ran into this at some point, I would imagine. But me being the somewhat movie buff that I am, it keeps on coming into my head. I'm wanting to say it was the movie Accepted with the guy.
Ask me about my wiener.
I get asked about my wiener all the time.
Hey, ask me about my wiener.
Oh man, the first time I saw you in that costume, I was like, dude, he even kind of looks like him.
Struggle said that once on commentary. He called me. He's like, "Oh, he kind of looks like Jonah Hill." I was like, "Hey, I'll take that compliment. Jonah Hill's looking good these days."
No, yeah, he is. He's definitely, yeah. I can't remember the last thing I saw him in, but last few pictures of him, I'm like, yeah, he's looking pretty good. But yeah, we talked about, GCW, one of the places you've been to, which I'm kind of jealous because they have not yet come closer than I'm wanting to say St. Louis to me.
Wyoming. They've ran one show in Wyoming. That's probably a little closer.
Probably a little bit. Yeah, that would probably be it. But yeah,
it was a one and done.
Yeah, I can understand. No offense to anybody in Wyoming. I've driven through there a bunch and beautiful scenery, but yeah, kind of a boring drive.
It's not a deathmatch town. That's all I'm
gonna
say.
Yeah. But I'm jealous because I've wanted to go really bad. And I've been lucky enough to get to talk to a handful of people that have stepped through their doors. And, well, funny enough, talking about doors with the amount of them that get used in their shows. But, like, one guy in particular, I want to meet him really bad, and it would be killer if I were to luck out and get him on the podcast, but Nick Gage.
Oh, fucking. Am I allowed to curse on here?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cool. All right. I fucking love Nick Gage. MDK all day.
Oh yeah,
I
all fucking
literally
day.
saw him Saturday. Me and him got to chat, catch up. He's literally one of the nicest guys.
I've heard that.
He's a sweetheart.
Like, totally, like, one of those guys that, and people can verify this. I mean, you yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
When that camera is on him, he can be one intense son of a bitch.
Killer.
But
killer.
Backstage, camera off of him, one of the nicest dudes ever.
That's how most of the deathmatch dudes are.
You know what? I can verify with the handful I've been able to come in. And it's funny because sometimes those intense personas and those like intense heels, like you get that camera off of them, some of the nicest people ever.
Oh, absolutely.
I can verify with a guy that, I mean, we talked a little bit about before we recorded, but the time that I got to meet Swerve, like, it was at Revolver. And like, you've seen it. The stuff that he portrayed in that initial feud with Hangman, one sadistic son of a bitch.
Oh, absolutely.
But like, I was a little disappointed when I got to the end of that Revolver show because he wasn't out there for the initial meet and greet before. And I had a figure, one of them behind me here, that I was like, man, I'm going to get to meet him. This is going to be awesome. And then I'm walking out to my car, like I said, a little disappointed. And I see somebody filming a promo in the parking lot. And as I get closer, I'm like, oh, damn, that's Swerve. Okay, I will hang back here, let him finish. Yep. And dude, nicest dude ever. But back to Nick Gage, the thing that always sticks in my head when I'm watching a GCW show that he is on is the moment that his music starts. He's not even out of the curtain yet.
It's that first bell.
That first
when the bell tolls.
Oh yeah. When
that's when you know the king has arrived.
Oh man.
And it's time to see him.
That whole venue turns into a giant mosh pit.
Oh, it's awesome.
Every time I watch it, all I'm thinking of is, God damn it, I want to be there in the middle of that.
And I've been in a couple of them. I met some of my closest friends in the Nick Gage pit.
I can imagine.
I remember, I wish I remembered which pit, but it was a Nick Gage pit and somebody's hat fell on the floor. And I was like, oh shit. Hey, is this anybody's hat? Owner finds hat, and me and that dude are fucking still best friends to this day. We still call each other, make sure we're doing all good. Like, Nick Gage is one of those people, like, all those moments bring it together. It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He has that ability to bring, I'm trying to think of a good word to describe.
He can control the room.
He can control the room, and he can bring a rather eclectic group of people together.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, you mentioned being at the shows this last weekend as of recording this, and I've yet to be able to watch the Sunday show, but I caught up with the Saturday one.
Oh my God, him and Ito killed it.
Oh God, yeah. That was the first thing I wanted to talk about. Maki Ito.
Ryuji Ito. Like, it was a very quick interaction. He was pretty cool. Ryuji Ito, if you
Oh yeah.
Super awesome guy. And Kobayashi is one hell of a guy. Both great men.
That extreme title win for Maki Ito.
That was correct. I love it. The
That
belt
was
matches
something.
her. They're gonna have a lot of fun with that on a collective weekend.
Oh, I can imagine. I can only imagine. And
That's
you know
what I
what?
saw. When she pinned Janela, I was like, oh, collective's gonna be fun for her because they got DDT, you got Clusterfuck, you got Spring Break. You can do a lot with Maki in that title within those couple shows.
And not even just that, but a guy that runs a promotion that I would like to think I've developed a pretty good relationship with the amount of guests that I've had on from there. But Matt Tremont and H2O, they got their whole deal that the entire week, much like the collective. So
but it's gonna be outside of Philly, and I will be there. I'll mainly be there this weekend. That's home build. That's my home fed right there. H2O has a big spot in my wrestling heart. I will take that to the grave. H2O, I've seen so many people in there. I've been to so many shows. I've met so many people, made so many memories in that building. I love the H2O building and the company and the names they have, the kids and Matt and Sully and everybody and the boss lady Chrissy. Fucking all of them are awesome.
Oh yeah, I've got
good about H2O.
Oh yeah. Hell, I'm trying to think. Much like them, there's two promotions that seem to be the same for me, and I have just lost count of how many people I've had on from there. H2O being one of them, and Matt Palmer's promotion in Texas, MPX. Like, I just had two people on this week from there, and actually the next week I have one from his promotion. The week after that, the real heel Brian Neal out of H2O. I have, and then that's just out of what I've already recorded. I have a couple that have confirmed, including Papa G, the ref.
All right, I'm familiar with Papa G.
Got him coming up.
That's a legend right there.
Oh God, yeah. And then you know what? I forgot to mention this guy because I've already recorded with him, but the Peacock ref, Jimmy Deacon.
Jimmy Deacon. That's one of me. That's a big homie right there. That's
one
of my dudes.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one. But yeah,
he's a fun character. I love Jimmy Deacon. Shout out to him.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Nothing but great things to say about him. And going back into the GCW stuff, Matt Tremont had a killer freaking match at that Saturday GCW show. That was something else.
Such a cool birthday present for him because it was his birthday that day.
Oh damn, yeah, that wasn't it?
Imagine happy birthday, you get to go death match it up with Kobayashi.
Yeah.
And he sung to him, which I mean, I'd die a happy man if
yeah. And hell, I remember shortly after it came out that Mick Foley wanted to do one last death match for his birthday.
I'm so ready for I don't know where, I don't know who. I'm there.
But the thing that got me bringing that up is one of the H2O shows that I was watching. Tremont came out wearing a shirt with a date on it, and I had to I had to go look that up and go look Mick Foley's birthday.
Yep.
And I'm like, holy shit, is he trying to tell me something?
It could be. I got a couple names in mind. Matt definitely being one of them.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been saying either Cardona or Moxley. That's a
that
money
could be.
match.
Those could be good.
Nick Gage is also a name I've been hearing.
That would
Because
be
that would
pretty.
just be interesting. Nick would take care of Mick.
Oh yeah, no, he would definitely make sure he's okay in that one.
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the things. Deathmatch wrestlers are some of the safest workers.
Oh yeah, when it's done right, yeah, most
yes.
definitely.
You look at Neil Diamond Cutter, Eric Ryan, Akira, fucking Hoodfoot.
Oh yeah,
all great names. They're all great.
Oh
if you,
God.
Yeah, look at some of them doing a singles match, and then you watch them do a death match. They put the death match in what they already know. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that I have in the many deathmatch people I've had on that we always discuss is deathmatch wrestling being just like any other genre. It's just surrounded by the deathmatch elements.
Yes.
When it's done right.
You gotta bring the death match into the wrestling.
Oh yeah. And I mean, just like any other form of wrestling, stuff can go wrong, as evidenced with Hoodfoot back, I forget what year it was, but I was watching live on whatever streaming platform it was.
With the stabby light tube in the arm. Yep.
Oh, and like all of a sudden it was like, oh damn, match is over.
Censor that on the replay.
Yeah, and then I heard what happened. I'm like, damn, that explains horrible. That.
I've been there for a couple bad ones. Trying to think of one specifically. I was there for when Neil broke his arm.
Ooh.
Against Dr. Redacted.
Oh yeah.
Things go wrong through a chair. Neil's arm caught it wrong. Snapped his bone, but you know what? Next night he had a banger with Sakuda, and then he went to Japan, I think, like the next month.
Yeah, he did have a killer time over there. I remember watching the IWTV documentary on it, and I'm like, that looked like he just had a ton of fun the whole damn time.
Me and him went to Canada when he first went over. We had tons of fun over there.
Oh, I can imagine. That he was a fun episode.
He's a fun guy.
Oh, totally. Yeah. That one, like, god dang, I love to have him back on. And another guy that was coincidentally at the last set of GCW shows that took me damn near a year to get him on. John Wayne Murdoch had a killer freaking match.
Him and Kirkles, as I like to call him. I love the Kirks. I love Murdoch. Yeah, that whole weekend was a lot of good matches.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sunday, wait till you see that Sunday show. You'll see a lot of me too. I'm in the entranceway.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be catching up. Probably before I go to Revolver this Saturday.
There you go.
Because I'm definitely fucking looking forward to that damn show.
I love what Revolver's putting out.
Oh, like a damn party the whole damn time.
They bring in the crazy names and I love it.
Oh yeah, like hell. I'm planning on getting this one signed there, but to Matt Cardona.
Oh boy.
That I am looking forward to, because I mean, good Lord, I'm trying to remember if I've seen Cardona live, but that'll be fun. Hell, Slammy versus Emmy, that's gonna be something. Like I remember Chris Van Vliet tweeted out about his interview with Paul Walterhauser, I believe was his name. I get it mixed up, but I just tweeted that I'm actually going to be there for that match. And he liked the tweet. I'm like, yes. Because, yeah, that one's going to be fun. And then I'm wanting to say it's going to be the main event. Because, I mean, with as crazy as the match is going to be, how could you put on anything after it Macklin, Ricky Shane Page, Alex Colon, and Killer Kelly versus the Second Gear Crew and Masha Slamovich. That is going to be insane.
I love GC so much.
Oh, man. Nothing but great interactions with those guys.
Oh, yeah.
I've even got to joke in person with them about their matches might as well be sponsored by Home Depot.
Yes.
Like, the last time I saw them was actually the first time I actually also got to meet Matthew Justice. He was jumping off a damn scaffold.
Oh, yeah. The
And I'm
higher
like,
the better for Justice, he says.
Oh, man. It was awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. I actually got to, I got Manders on the floor laughing one time because somebody next to him in the meet and greet line was commenting on my beard. I mean, yeah, I'm somewhat proud of it, but he was asking me about how long I've been growing it. I can't remember the last time I was clean shaven, and just said, man, me with my bald head and a clean shaven, my head would look like a damn penis. And he was on the floor.
I would have been too.
Oh, man. And I'm
got
actually
funny stories about Manders, but I'll let you.
Oh, yeah. I'll finish this last one because I'm wanting to actually tell him this at the Saturday, because the hat that I'm wearing right now, because I live about an hour from where the team plays, the Huskers and the Hawkeyes, because he's a former Hawkeye football player. I've wanted to say this really bad for a while since the last time I saw him, that I'd be like, who said a Husker and a Hawkeye couldn't get along?
Oh, he'll probably pop for that. That's funny.
Oh, I'm sure he will. But you said you had a story.
I do. So back to Atlantic City, as we were talking in the GCW, I used to host, and last year I didn't get to run it. I'm pretty sure we did sadly put an end to it. I used to run a Wrestlers versus Fans air hockey invitational.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Oh, and I got Manders one year. And we had a pretty good, I beat him. We had a pretty good game. But before the game at JCW, he goes, I'm going to beat you, hot dog. Where were you last night? Like, talking all this shit throughout, like, 3 shows. And then we get to the game, and I beat him by 1 point.
Oh.
And I was like, talking shit now, eh? Hey, Cal. And then at another show, he turned heel. And somebody in the crowd goes, this is why a hot dog beat you in air hockey. And he looks at me and goes, hey, Dewey, step in this ring. Come on. And I started walking towards the ring. But no, Manders is great people. I love him. He's awesome.
Oh, yeah. He can definitely play that intense heel. But
when he needs to.
When he needs to, definitely. But he's definitely also one of those that when you're talking with him, at the meet and greets or at intermission after the show, one of the nicest dudes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Now, I mentioned that seeing you just about everywhere. A lot of wrestling travel. Like, okay, yeah, I'm jealous. Because about the furthest I've been able to travel was when the podcast got invited to be a part of the Warrior Wrestling Fan Fest at their St. Louis stop.
That's cool.
Which was actually where I got to have my mini episode with Bronson Reed.
That's cool.
That was, oh man. Like, I went in, podcast still relatively new, and I'll admit, I felt a little out of place. But then him actually agreeing and doing it, and man, it was fun.
Yeah, he's probably cool. He's probably a really cool guy.
Oh, totally. Yeah, and it was like literally right after the fan fest before the show ended, and right before like he absolutely had to get to the back to put on his gear. And we had that chunk of time, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome. In my head, I'm like, holy. Has there been any favorites for you at like places that you've been, shows that pop up as particular fond memories?
I got a handful, but I'll talk about some that stick out the most to me. Flophouse Wrestling. Are you familiar with Flophouse?
Oh yeah, I've had Schwartzy on twice now.
I love Schwartzy, but yes, they did a show in Michigan called No Fucks Given.
Yes, I remember that. Yep.
That venue, the card, everything about it was such a good time.
No, yeah.
I remember walking in and DJ Fat Mac's like, "Oh, we got the hot dog," and then he goes, "Hey, come up stage. You're with me the rest of the show." I go, "Oh, okay." So it's just me and Fat Mac just hanging out, hyping everybody up for the show.
That is awesome.
And then you just see me roaming at the deathmatch portion because I was like, "All right, let me get up close to some of this." It was awesome. Yeah. RPW King of the Kill.
Okay.
Boys over at Ruthless Pro.
I've heard. I haven't been able to catch a ton of their shows, but heard nothing but great things about the time at those shows.
Very good deathmatch company. They are one of the best. I believe they just announced King of the Kill 2 is happening.
Yeah, you know what? I think I've seen that
deathmatch tournament. I'll be there because that's gonna be the tournament I'm gonna try keeping the streak alive for.
Definitely.
Made that my committed tournament show.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
And plus, it's like a deathmatch sleepaway camp.
Oh, hell yeah, that sounds
that's how everybody puts it down. That's how it felt. Wake up in a tent. There's a band playing. We're wrapping fucking bundles all up. We're getting the weapons ready. It's a fun time. Plus, there's a bonfire and a movie marathon. It's so much fun.
Oh man, yeah, I would love to be able to get out to something like that. And hell, actually get to go to Flophouse in person. That would be fun. Because like I said, I've been able to talk to Schwartzy for the podcast a couple times. Actually, his second episode drops the Friday of WrestleMania week. And people are gonna see this, but I just passed 300 subscribers on the YouTube channel. And I said, when I posted a little short before, as it was getting close, I'm like, if this happens before I leave for Revolver next weekend, every single day of WrestleMania week, there will be some form of content coming up on this channel.
There you go.
Every single day. And then it happened, and I just I got the tentative
schedule.
I literally have the tentative schedule written down right now. So yeah, on the Facebook page I have where the current episode that I release, I kind of have pinned up towards the top. Mm-hmm. That week I might just have to do a post of the schedule with pictures of the people that for the cover art of the episodes for that week, and just leave that pinned for the week, because that's just going to be a lot of changing out the pinned post for that week. But I've got some good stuff coming up, including, like I said, Schwartzy, which, goddamn, he's always a fun time.
He's a great person to be around. I love him. You'll hear that. I have nothing but great things to say about it. I have such good experience. Everyone loves being around me. I love being around people. Wrestling's all about love at the end of the day.
Oh, most definitely. I've been, with the exception of a couple people locally, most of the part, yeah. people tend to like having me around, especially I had a conversation with the friend of mine that I have co-host with me, the My Two Cents portion of everything. And when we did an episode looking back at 200 episodes of the interviews, which that's another milestone I passed not too long ago, that the first Revolver show that him and I went to. And, he mentioned, you hear people talk about, oh, I've become friends with so-and-so, or done an episode with this person. And then he's like, man, when we went to that show and the amount of people from wrestlers and ring announcers and everybody that were recognizing you and remembering you, and like Bobby Olson and Jake Christ, love those guys.
Bobby Olson. I actually no, yeah, I have interacted with Jake Christ in person. Yeah, they are good people. There's a quick little and then walk out, but yeah, good people.
I've been lucky enough to have them both on the show, and it was funny enough when I had Jake on was shortly after the video came out of him burning the IWA Mid-South belt. And I remember, and I get a kick out of telling the story, that how I tried to convince him to come on was much like I heard Paul Heyman trying to convince Stone Cold to come to ECW, where he was like, you got a grievance, I got a show, let's hear it.
Hell yeah.
And then boom, I got a little bit of a backstory behind everything, and
oh yeah, you probably got, I gotta go find that.
that was a good one. And literally every interaction I've had with him since, nothing but great things. A little family tragedy happened right before one of the interactions, and man, even more respect for him after that, because he sat there with me for a while talking about all of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And man, nothing but great things, and I look forward to seeing them again as of recording this weekend, because Jake is a part of the scramble match for the remix title that I'm trying to remember. Kevin Knight from New Japan, Gringo Loco,
Loco,
Warhorse.
All right.
And I'm trying to remember who else, because there's going to be about 6. But Jake in there, and man, that's good. That whole damn show
sounds fun.
Watching. Oh yeah. I'm going to be watching it back when I one of the times watching the replay.
You go to a show and then a week after you just watch it back, see some stuff you missed.
Yeah,
I love watching that.
See stuff you missed, and actually getting to hear the commentary behind the moment. Yeah,
nothing beats good commentary.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. And we've talked a little bit about H2O's group of shows coming up WrestleMania week. GCW's got the Collective, which always a good time from all crazy. Oh man, it's going to be nuts. Which is one of the things about WrestleMania week coming up here, that it's not always just about the big show itself. There's all these great independent wrestling shows coming to the area, bringing their best and putting on some absolute firestorm shows that, like, people think of, matches of the weekend. When it comes to WrestleMania weekend, those matches aren't always just on WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, because you also got everything running against WrestleMania. Like, my Mania weekend schedule is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking for, like, okay, The rumor again about the location of WrestleMania 41. It has been stated like the last few years that this place is going to be the next one. So I'll believe it when I see it. But Minneapolis, I'm hoping to at least be able to go up there for the independent shows if I can't make it to Mania itself.
That's what I'm doing this year. I'm skipping Mania and doing all the indies.
I've yet to actually attend a pay-per-view of any kind.
I went to Mania 35, all 7 hours of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm good. I'll sit another WrestleMania out.
Yeah. My whole thing is I don't care where I sit. I could be in the damn nosebleeds for all I care and need binoculars just to see anything. Just to say that I went to one.
Oh yeah.
But
I still got my ticket stub from 35.
I would imagine that would be something I'd be carrying on to too.
Yeah.
But WrestleMania week, what is, I mean, you got the collective and everything. As far as, the independent shows, what is like a couple of the things you're looking forward to this year?
Let's see. We got ICW, the Deathmatch International Summit. RPW,
be good.
Their show is going to be very good. Big Gay Brunch. Big on. I love Effie.
Oh, Effie's cool. I've yet to actually get to meet him, but the little interactions I've had with him on social media, nothing but great things.
Bloodsport.
Oh yeah,
it's looking pretty crazy. I'm trying to remember what show's doing RVD versus Matt Riddle.
Oh, that's
show.
gonna.
I think it's like Icons or something. It's the show that's running at the 2300 building with
Okay.
that big meet and greet. I'm trying to think what else. Monday Night Death, H2O.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be catching that one.
That's gonna be a good one. And I'm trying to think what else there's just so much.
There is
ETU versus Dragon Gate.
Ah yes, that one I do.
And I'm gonna say to end it all off, the clusterfuck.
Oh, clusterfuck! That's always
bring up. And Spring Break. Those are two big Mania weekends. That 87-man battle royale or Royal Rumble is gonna be fucking crazy.
Oh man, I forget which one it. I'm not wanting to say it was the last one, although hell, it might have been when two people I'm actually a pretty big fan of. When Sean Ross Sapp and Denise Salcedo were out there, and Denise low blows them.
I love it.
That was some.
They need to do something with that where they grab somebody like Mittens and they fucking throw him in there.
Yeah.
They just get him beat up by like Mance Warner.
Oh god,
and
yeah.
Like Mittens ends up eliminating Mance Warner in some way, shape, or form.
That would be epic.
That would be the biggest Pop Mania weekend.
Oh, for sure. Now,
Lauderdale, if you're listening.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, let's see. Mania itself. Everybody has their stuff they're looking forward to. What is something you are looking forward to this year?
Out of everything we got, I'm trying to think what the Mania. I'm not gonna lie, Roman Cody. I've been eyeing it a little bit ever since I bought the new 2K game, which was a couple days ago. I was like, I need to get the product. Oh, I just started pumping out customs not too long ago. The customs are back up and running.
Nice.
Oh, and I got names coming. I just dropped Remington Roar yesterday.
Ooh, he was a fun episode.
I love Rem. He's a very cool guy. And the custom came out beautifully.
Nice.
I sent him for upload. I was like, "Is this good?" And he goes, "Oh, he loved it."
Nice. Yeah, I know that.
Fun.
That. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm kind of. I don't get as detailed as some of the ones I've seen from you, because let's just say my attention span on being able to do all the fine details maybe not so big.
Yeah. My one buddy's like, "Oh, you got to make me." I'm like, "Why don't you make yourself?" And he goes, you have the time span and the patience." I was like, "Oh yeah, I do. I make graphics and do fun things for a living, so it's all about them fine details."
Yeah,
I'm
and
one for
that's the
putting in
thing.
the extra mile.
Yeah, that's the thing that I lack in it. But yeah, I know
Hey, you
some
let me
people.
know who you need. I got you. I'm your guy.
Some I know are looking forward to, Cody Roman. Like, I have my thoughts. I'm gonna have a Mania predictions episode coming out that Mania week, but it's I see night one going one of a couple ways, but it all leading to let's just say Roman blaming some people. I'll go into the details in the Mania predictions episode, but yeah, that pretty solid show from what I've been able to see. I'm in particular looking forward to the me being a fan of tag team wrestling than I am that newly announced tag team title ladder match.
I gotta go find that. It's probably something good.
Judgment Day versus they got the qualifier matches coming up, I believe, next week as of the recording. But yeah, I'm definitely like I said, I'm a fan of tag team wrestling, so
I love me a good tag team.
Getting to see tag team wrestling highlighted like that, I'm all for. Well, now I have two categories that I like to round stuff off with. First one's a bit of a name game. Name off some people. You give me quick thoughts on them. And, I always try to theme it towards the guests as much as possible. And, with all the talk on deathmatch wrestling that we've done, each of these people, big deathmatch names. And you know what? They all actually also have something else in common. They've all been past guests of the show.
Okay.
So I give you the name,
so
quick thoughts on
them.
them.
Be probably very familiar with. All right.
Oh yeah, probably. I would be surprised if you're not.
I'm looking forward to this.
All right, first one, actually, the first big deathmatch name that I had on, and I actually have somewhere around here not displayed yet, but signed ring-worn kick pads of his that I got after that episode. The Blood Fighter, Alex Colon.
Oh, making a big comeback. Love him.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him at Revolver this weekend.
Yeah, he's making his big comeback. Very, very excited to see what he's got upcoming.
And I'm actually hoping this time that I actually get to actually talk with him in person, because the last time was after the show. I'm walking, me and my friend are walking to the car, and I can hear him. I'm like, oh, wait, I know who that is. So I go to around the corner, and right as I'm getting around the corner, he's walking back in. I'm like, damn it. So hopefully this time.
Clone's cool.
Oh, yeah. No, I've got nothing but good things about him. Being relatively new in the podcast at the time, and, him with the name that, Alex Colon that he is, him taking the time to actually, give me that chance, I'm not forgetting that.
Yeah.
Now, the next one, the guy is a damn machine with the schedule that he keeps. Part of why it took damn near a year to get him on. But the Duke of Hardcore, John Wayne Murdoch.
Another guy I love me some Murdoch. Never go wrong with him.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? It's kind of hidden back here. but one prized part of my collection.
Hey, the old brawling buddy. I love those gimmicks. Those are the best.
Oh yeah, like when he was talking about selling some, I was like, oh damn, I have to have me one of those. Yeah, but nothing but great things to say about him.
Yes.
And like I said, damn machine with the schedule he keeps. He's freaking everywhere.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next one. He was a fun episode. And he tried to be humble when I called him a deathmatch legend. Madman Pondo.
Oh, I love Pondo. I've interacted with Pondo a lot. He's looking absolutely phenomenal for his age, and all the recent matches I've been seeing him having, he's been killing it.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
He absolutely is a legend of the business.
Oh, yeah. He tried to downplay it and be humble, which, I mean, I'll respect, wanting to be humble about it. But I told him, when people think of Mount Rushmore's at deathmatch wrestling.
He was on my Spooky Dust Mount Rushmore, literally. He's the first name.
So I'm like, most people
that's
you.
How you know.
Yeah, most people have you on it. So I'm like, sir, you are a legend. But yeah, oh my God.
Guy.
And then his intro, because I have everybody do an intro to the show. His one was, man, I got a kick out of that one. That one was, I tell you, I gravitate towards those intense individuals. His was intense and I loved it. All right. Last but not least, this guy, hell, he just won the Danny Havoc hardcore title in H2O. Neil Diamond Cutter.
That's my best friend.
I love the guy.
I have nothing but all good things to say about Neil Diamond Cutter. That's all I gotta really say about him. He's literally the most humblest man ever. He deserves the world. And he's fucking one of the best. He's literally my number one deathmatch wrestler, ever in America.
Oh yeah.
He's so good.
Oh yeah. I know, getting to rewatch his big light tube match with Tremont.
700 light. Name me another person that's done that.
Yeah. God dang. That was.
Or that will do that, because both of them got fucked up from that match.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
And hell, it's still on my bucket list to get Tremont on with. Although I don't, if he is wanting to kind of keep, kind of protect the Killdozer character, I'm like, well, I mean, that would be kind of interesting, having a in-character interview with the Killdozer. So, I mean, who knows? I've interacted with him a little bit, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we get it done.
Matt's awesome.
Oh yeah, I've nothing but great things to say about him too.
Killdozer,
he's one
scary.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like, it's been a while since since a wrestling persona has been a little bit scary. Killdozer, yeah.
Cruel, man.
Oh God.
That's something I have nightmares of.
Oh God, yeah. I would okay. Me being somewhat. Oh God, me being somewhat of a gamer. Cruel is just about as much nightmare fuel, walking around the corner and boom, there he is as Mr. X in Resident Evil 2.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah. When you brought up nightmare fuel, that was the image that popped into my head of those two. Yeah.
Cruel is a big, scary man. Third
He is.
monster.
Oh God, that he is.
He isn't even a man. He is a whole monster.
Yeah, you talk about Braun Strowman being the monster among men.
Nope, that's Cruel.
That's Cruel.
Cruel, take that title and then some.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. All right, now I have some random questions. Some might be wrestling related, some might not be. Some might have absolutely nothing to do with anything we've talked about so far.
All right.
So I give you the question, you give me the first answer that pops in your head.
Absolutely.
Now, with both of us being the fan of deathmatch wrestling that we are, there would probably be a lot to choose from for this question. But the craziest in-match moment that you've witnessed?
Alex, or anytime John Wayne Murdoch's been hit with a gusset plate 2x4, because the sound and the amount of blood loss and the holes and the fact that midway through the match we got the towel tourniquet and the duct tape on them. There's that one. I've seen so much. Anything that I've seen that includes fire and or explosives, like
oh
Matt
God,
Tremont at the Thunder Ballpark. I was at that. Matt Tremont literally exploded. That was a crazy time.
Oh God, speaking of that actually
is probably the moment that is the craziest of the crazy.
Yeah, I would have to say, like,
that's
I've seen
blowing up Matt Tremont.
Oh. Yeah. I know I have witnessed my fair share of crazy stuff. One of them involving fire, but I've had, this promotion's version of the Money in the Bank match where one of my friends actually had a guy on his back, and they had a ladder bridge between the guardrail and the ring apron, and I see him look down at the ladder, and I'm like, He jumps, ladder folds.
Of course.
And going to a Desth Pro when they were here in Omaha, let's just say I was glad that I was wearing closed-toed shoes, because that metal connector end of a light tube flew off and hit me in the foot. Yeah, that was
barefoot.
Oh God, yeah. I don't know how
I got a bunch of just glass marks on me just from getting videos behind panes and getting hit with light tubes. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either.
Memory scar. It's just like the wrestlers. These are memory scars.
Oh yeah.
Scars can tell a story.
Speaking of a particular bloody affair, this promotion had the way I describe it is it's like a War Games match without the cage. They called it a prisoner of war match. It was basically the same general rules of War Games. Yeah, very similar. But one point, it actually got outside of the venue. Somebody got hit with a bundle of light tubes, and then they come back in. I'm sitting front row. The same guy gets hit, spins, blood all over me on my phone. It was nuts. But I talked about a moment that I've seen with fire involved was actually the first ever death match I ever got to watch in person. And it was actually at Revolver. Jake Christ versus Joel Bateman.
Oh, I love me some Joel Bateman.
I got a picture with Joel after the match, his face still all bloody.
He's awesome.
Oh, God, yeah, nothing but another person I got nothing but great things to say about. But the ending to the match, 4 folding chairs, they bridge 2 panes of glass, and then Bobby Olson rolls in, and I see him pull out lighter fluid from his pocket. They lit the glass on fire.
Yep.
That was insane.
I've seen a flaming light tube.
Oh,
where
Yeah.
this was at RPW. It was at the it was a no ring skate park show. Get
Ooh.
this. Spray, light tube, hit. It was just quick. Because, I mean, you have to.
Yeah, flaming glass, if you let that go for too long,
That's when it becomes hazardous.
Yeah. All right. Now, next up here, talk a little bit about my collection. Some of it you can't see, like my Ninja Turtle stuff, because growing up it was pro wrestling and Ninja Turtles for me.
Oh, we love the Ninja Turtles in this house.
Oh God, yeah. But wrestling figures, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops. I actually, you know what? I'll get these because I'm out of my Ninja Turtle stuff. These are two of the things I'm most proud of in my collection. The same show that I got to meet Rikishi at. They had the voice of Michelangelo from the original cartoon. Funko Pop signed by him. And then literally right next to him, the man behind Splinter from the first two movies.
There you go.
Those.
They're doing something like that up here.
I wanted to say they actually have multiple of like the original cartoon cast going.
It's like two of the dudes that did the TMNT, like two of the original Power Rangers, and then Demolition's gonna be there.
Ooh, you brought you before I get to your answer to this question, another one that I'm kind of proud of, you bring up Power Rangers. Shortly before, this was like literally maybe 2 months before he unfortunately took his own life, but I actually met Jason David Frank. I got one signed by him right over there.
That's cool.
That was something. So leading to my question here, hobbies that you have.
Cooking. I really like cooking.
Okay.
I'm a huge fantasy booker.
Okay.
I have a lot of notebooks and pens and write downs and crazy shows. That's one of my favorite downtimes. And I've recently been taking up photography.
Okay.
Just because why not?
Yeah, no, hey. If you got the time and you can do the little nuanced ways of getting the good shot, hey, go for it. I know cooking, I'm getting better. Like my wife will attest, I'm getting better. I'm my menu that I can put together is a lot bigger than it was when I first met her, when basically the only thing that I could make to turn out good was hamburger helper. But I'm doing better. And the fantasy booking, oh yeah. I mean, hell, I still like hamburger helper from time to time. But
that's me with nothing beats a good ramen noodle.
Oh yeah,
that's how I am. I'm like, occasionally I'll cook up something, but like one night I'm like, all right, I'm lazy. We're making ramen.
Perfect lazy meal, definitely. But I was gonna say fantasy booking. Oh, totally. One of my good friends is actually getting ready to put on a suicide awareness charity benefit show. And he knew about, all the interactions I've had, various places, people. And he was like, do you give me your thoughts? How would you shape this up? And like one of the days I was having a slow day at work, I literally just went through, put a whole damn card together. I'm like,
so fun.
Here. So who knows? Maybe I have yet to actually go back because I'm potentially going to be a sponsor of the show. So
there you go.
We'll see.
I love sponsoring shows.
Oh yeah, I haven't done so in a while. No, totally, lots of fun. I haven't done so in a little while But yeah, no, it was a fun time when I would start. I want to get back into it. But yeah, you know, my hobbies back here. I love traveling to different stuff. I don't like buying any of these already signed. I like the
Oh yeah, you
idea
like the
of
interaction. You like the buy it, find that date, get that adventure set up, and go for it.
oh yeah, like getting to tell Rikishi about him being in my first WWE show I ever went to, or oh, what was another good one? Oh, Jeff Cobb getting to
Hell yeah.
that was fun, or oh, Lance Archer, that was another fun one because I literally bought it on the way to the venue. I stopped off at a Target and was like, "Oh, they have it.
Lucky.
Okay, yeah." Is hell, my Target near me, it's hit and miss.
Our Walmart, me and my buddy just went because I had to get a new light controller. We went to go see the figures, and they just put out their Mania display case.
Nice.
So they got all the fresh stuff, and I looked at my buddy. I go, "Better be here tomorrow," because like once it's out,
oh yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah, like I was just at Target and oh man, I next paycheck I'm definitely going to be going out and looking because it's been a while since they've had like new AEW figures, but they literally had Brody King and Malachi Black. And I'm like, "Oh, I need
That's
those."
pick up.
Oh yeah, need those. All right. My wife and I actually have both of these. We have both dog and cats. We have an English bulldog, which I love them to death. And then the cats, we have one that likes to seemingly call me its person because it'll like lay on my chest and use my beard as a pillow. What would you say you're more of a dog or a cat person?
I'm more of a cat person.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's literally your reason is the reason why. They are just the animal to vibe with.
Oh yeah, they can be. I know my English bulldog is definitely that for me because there's sometimes when I just want to be lazy and just vibe out and chill. That dog, if you just let him, you feed him, give him some water, let him go out and do his business, and he's happy as hell just laying on the couch for the rest of the damn day. That is my type of animal.
And that's all you need.
But like I said, I don't hate cats. I've always considered myself more of a dog person, but cats are fine too. Nothing wrong with that. Now, with a name of a show like I have, I would feel weird if I didn't have this question in here. Favorite drink, whether it be alcoholic or non, because I like to try to make it known that just because it says drinking at Moe's doesn't mean that it has to be alcoholic, because I know there's plenty of people out there that have their reasons for not.
I'm a light drinker, but I'll give you both. If it's alcoholic, I'm very huge on vodka cranberry. That's just my go-to comfort drink.
Okay.
And it's just easy. It's easy.
Oh, yeah. Easy to put together.
I'm not a beer guy because of carbonation. Just, then same
Gotcha.
thing with sodas. So that's why I picked that. And then my non-alcoholic beverage is chocolate milk.
Oh, can't go
Who
wrong with chocolate milk.
A nice, tall, cold glass of chocolate milk.
Oh, can't go wrong there. I don't have any in house right now, but oh
Me
man,
either.
yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Not one bit. Me, I'm a bit of a Dr. Pepper fiend when it comes to the non-alcoholic stuff. My wife likes to tell me I have a problem. I tell her as long as I got some, I don't got a problem. And then beer, alcohol, I'm pretty much an equal opportunity drinker. You put it in front of me, I'll be like, hey, you got to try this. I'm like, okay. But I do have my favorites. Beer, I know Coors Banquet and Kona Big Wave, but then this right here.
I got a buddy that loves Coors Banquet.
Oh, yeah, this one. Like, if I want a cheaper, great beer, that is mine. But I need to get me some more of this Broken Skull American Lager.
Skull. Somebody told that's good beer.
Oh, it's freaking delicious. Like, you knew when Stone Cold put his name behind a beer, it was going to be a freaking. It was, and this evidence of that. Evidence of that. The one wrestling personality that I swear if I ever got to meet him, I don't know if I'd be able to get a word out.
That's what I said when I met Mick Foley and Bret Hart, and that I was speechless.
I've met Mick Foley, not Bret though.
Bret was so awesome.
I've heard good. When you get him talking about stuff that isn't Goldberg related,
certain wrestling aspects.
Yeah,
he's cool.
Yeah, I've heard he's a pretty cool dude. All right, now WrestleMania is known as the Super Bowl of wrestling. Super Bowl is one of the biggest eating days of the year after Thanksgiving. Now, with WrestleMania being the Super Bowl of wrestling, it's another big eating day, at least for us wrestling fans. What would you say is one of your favorite things to eat watching WrestleMania when you're not there in person?
Chinese food.
All right.
That's Chinese food and wrestling just has such a great connection.
Oh, yeah.
I've done it multiple times where it's like, oh, gee, like a GCW pay-per-view's on and the place down the street's still open. All right, let me go get some General Tso's chicken, go for a 5-minute walk, and come back and turn the show on. It's a good time.
Oh, yeah. General Tso's chicken or Kung Pao chicken's a favorite of mine.
I'm a beef and I love me some beef and broccoli.
Is that another solid choice? Another solid choice. Well,
I always get a random side like dumplings or something. Just nice, perfect meal for the show.
Oh, yeah.
Eat it throughout the show. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. All right. So, last but not least here, on the heels of WrestleMania, everybody has a favorite WrestleMania moment. What would you say is that for you?
And it's funny. We bring this up. I was just playing the WWE 2K24.
And
Michaels versus Razor Ramon.
The ladder match.
That's a fun. I was playing it back, and then I actually went back and watched it. It's just a very fun match.
That it was. That it was. That was actually a pretty damn fun show altogether, really.
Yeah, WrestleMania 10 was very good.
That it was. I know me. The first WrestleMania I ever got to watch live, WrestleMania 20, was one of my, because obviously it was the first one I got to watch, but it kind of bums me out now that we can't talk about one of my, well, it's kind of taboo, but
and I know exactly.
The ending to the main event, Benoit and Guerrero, both out there, both with their titles, the stories that they've all been through up to that point, that right there was an all-time moment for me. And then me being the Stone Cold fan I am, the submission match he had with Bret Hart.
That's another one you get to replay in the showcase.
That image of Stone Cold in the sharpshooter,
with the
blood dripping down his face, and he's like screaming. Oh,
awesome.
I need to go watch that back.
I'm so
But
glad I resubbed to my Peacock because I love watching old WCW and ECW.
oh
Those are
yeah,
so fun watchbacks.
like I've been guilty of this, of times where, let's say, I'm just wanting to have a lazy day. I don't know anything else I want to watch, and I just feel like taking a nap, but I'm not tired yet. So I will sit back, I'll turn on Peacock, I'll go back to some old WCW Nitros, get entertained while I'm relaxing.
And then
Man,
fall asleep. And then wake up and it's something, and then the Yeti's on.
I know. Or the old Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah, the Dungeon of Doom. Yes.
Oh, man. Good memories. Well, that is about all I have. But before we go, where can people find you social media wise? So if they don't have their eyes on you in all your wrestling travels, they can go ahead and get them there.
Let's see. I believe everything is officially now Dewey the Hotdog. Except for TikTok, I believe. My TikTok is at the Hungry Hot Dog. I do a bunch of very fun food reviews on there. But if not, Twitter, Instagram. I do now have a Facebook page. And that's about it. But yes, Dewey the Hot Dog at your service.
We
And
will.
if you need my 2K cause, just hit me in my DMs. They're always open.
Yeah, I will have all that in the description. Well, that is about all I have. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. It was a pleasure finally getting to talk to you.
Absolutely. It was awesome being on here.
Oh yeah,
I love podcasts.
Me too.
They bring out some fun facts and crazy stories out of me that I feel people should hear and feel like would have fun hearing.
Oh yeah,
somebody like me in a hot dog costume.
Yeah, and hell, that is why I keep this show lighthearted and just shooting the shit, because I'm actually starting more. I started with my 2 cents doing this, but little jokes that I'm stitching in little video clips of those jokes that I find, much like ask me about my, I'll be putting that in here for a little incentive for people to watch the YouTube version of this, so they actually get the back of the joke. But like I said, we'll get all that in the description. And yeah, I can hear my dog rumbling around upstairs. So I probably ought to get going. But again,
timer going off.
Thank you again. Hope you have lots of fun Mania week. I know I will be trying to play catch up with everything as it's going on. And best of luck out there, being able to keep up with all that.
Well, thank you. I wish you luck with the podcast. Hopefully you get to 400 subscribers and episodes and all that. Mo, I appreciate you for having me on. You're a good man. I hope I get to come back again.
Oh, you're welcome back anytime.
Hell yeah. You let me know.